And welcome to my channel, Infinite Intuition. If you've been here before, then welcome back, and if not, then just welcome. I hope you enjoy this video today. So we're not really going to be doing a reading today. This is going to be a let's talk, kind of like what I did, I think, in 2 videos that was kind of like this, where I just kind of sit and I talk for a little bit, though in some ways it is similar to the other one where it was like I had a prayer and a meditation and we just kind of sat and talked for a little bit. But actually this time around I'm going to be playing with the pendulum a little bit. This is why I brought out my pendulum here. So we will be getting into that shortly. But before we get into all of that, I did want to give some updates about what's going on and what is to come after this video that I have planned. So, update, first of all, so sorry that I haven't uploaded in quite a while. The holidays were pretty busy. I was traveling out of state for a while. And then on top of that, of course, there's New Year's. And yeah, it was just a lot to do. And with it being so cold where I am and it not helping my chronic pain at all, I just really needed some time to rest. So I took a lot of January to do that. I just could not focus on this kind of stuff. But I am starting to feel better now. And the days aren't as cold, though some days are better than others. Regardless, I'm feeling better enough to do things again. What I do have planned for the videos after this, one thing I want to say is that I'm not going to be doing as many political stuff. So like, I know for a while I was posting political things like every week. I was doing like weekly readings. I'm not planning on doing that anymore. Just because of just how things seem to be playing out. Not to say that, I don't think that I'm not thinking like January isn't going to be filled with other political surprises. I have been watching a lot of other, let's just say, intuitive readers, whether they do tarot or dowsing rods, or are they dowsing rods? Is that what they're called? It's like the copper rods that kind of, yeah, I think they're dowsing rods that they cross like that. Or like pendulum stuff, things like that. Or they're reading astrology charts. And everybody that I've been watching has been saying the same thing, that January is going to be filled with a lot of political surprises, and I believe that's true. Now today I do plan on using the pendulum to ask some questions. Some political questions, I should say, to be more specific. But as for like doing it every week, not so much anymore. Now, if I do feel called to do a political reading again, then I will. But yeah, I don't think it's not going to be as consistent as it was. So if you are coming to my channel and you notice that I was doing those political videos and you're expecting me to do more, just know that I just don't really feel it's necessary at this time. At least not anymore with how things are going. And by the way, if you are just popping into my channel and you probably assumed the location of the political stuff I'm talking about is, which would be the US. But if if you haven't seen my videos before, then you know that, or that you wouldn't know that I'm from the US. So that's what I'm mainly focusing on. And it's not that I'm not aware that the world is kind of crazy politically just about everywhere, but because I live in the US, this is what I'm mainly focusing on because it's what's happening around me. Let's see, I wrote a list of like things I wanted to talk about. So yeah, political stuff isn't going to be the main thing anymore. I'm going to get back into pick-a-cards and general readings. So the first pick-a-card that I'm actually planning is for January of this year. I know it's a bit late because we're already halfway through the month as I'm filming this. I think it's it's literally the 15th. So 15th in the morning, like early morning. So literally halfway through the month. So I'm going to be focusing that pick card reading on the rest of January for you guys. You know, what is to come for the rest of January. I'm also planning a 2025 general reading. So what is to come for you in the year. But I'm also thinking about doing a 2025 general, the 2025 general reading is meant to be for what is to come in 2025 collectively. What I meant to say was the 2025 pick a card of what's to come for you in this year is something that I'll be planning. The general reading is going to be talking about politics, probably, if that pops up, environment and community as a whole. So kind of thinking about when I say community, I mean literally people and the people of the world, not just in one particular country. So that's the intention that's going to be set for that reading. Whether that's the message that wants to come through or not, you know, it could maybe just focus on where I'm at here in the US. It could be actually answering what I really want for the whole world. It could be focusing on particular parts of the world, you know, whether or not that they're actually like coinciding with each other. So we'll see what pops up with that. And then lastly, what I have planned for the rest of this month is doing another zodiac reading like I did in December, where I have a video for each zodiac sign and what message is coming for you guys. You know, if you're an Aries, I'll probably be starting with that, going in order of the zodiac calendar year. So starting with Aries and ending with Pisces. And those will be 12 videos, each one on each zodiac sign. And the intention for those videos isn't just focusing on your sun sign. It's also your moon and your rising, or if you have strong placements in your birth chart on those zodiac, or on that particular zodiac sign. So like, let's say you're actually like a Leo sun, but you look at your birth chart and you actually have quite a few Gemini signs, then maybe you want to go ahead and read Gemini as well. But it doesn't have to just be all of that. If you just feel drawn to pick, let's say Gemini, for example, and you know like Gemini actually isn't anywhere in your chart, but you feel drawn to go ahead and watch that video anyway, then definitely go ahead and do so, because then maybe the message that came through for Gemini is also meant for you as well. So that's what I have planned for what is coming up. Now let's go ahead and get into the political talk of this video. So one thing I wanted to talk about before we go ahead and get into the pendulum was that I wanted to talk about things that I have heard when listening to these other intuitive readers. Like I said, however they read, whether it's with cards, rods, pendulums, astrology, it doesn't matter. It's just we're all picking up on very similar things, or even the same things. So one thing I found really interesting was talking about Donald Trump's soul contract. So if you don't know what a soul contract is, Definitely go ahead and look it up, but from what I know is that it's a contract that you made before you were born on this earth. And that contract talks about what your life path is going to be and your experiences and who you're going to meet and stuff like that. And I guess even your like overall goal, I guess I kind of want to say, correct me if I'm wrong if you are watching this, but like, I guess kind of like your life's purpose in a way. And one of the things that I found really interesting was at the beginning of this month, I was literally starting to think a little bit more about Trump himself and what's going on right now in the US. And I'm listening to all of these readers talking about the election and what they're finding out about it. And I'm just kind of wondering, like, maybe this was his purpose, to create this upheaval, which I know in my political readings that I was doing, that card popped up quite a lot, the upheaval card in one of my decks. And I'm like, maybe this is his purpose. And to kind of help the general public, you know, the people, to help them open their eyes to what's really going on in the government. And really realizing that neither side really wants to work together. Okay, that's the biggest issue, is that the two sides do not get along, and it's hurting everybody in the end. And so there's just a lot of clashing going on. And then I think it was like 2 days later, literally like 2 days later, I'm having this thought about his soul contract and thinking, maybe this is his purpose, just to reveal what's going on in the government. And this one YouTube channel that I've been watching since it started, I think back in November, I want to say, maybe October, like late October. I think I found her in November, called Ask the Spirit Guides. And I love her. Like, she's just very genuine and authentic, and I just love how she talks, and I love how she approaches her channel and the topics that she's talking about. And the video that popped up after I'm having this thought about Trump was the very thing she was thinking. And she asked her spirit team, like her guides and her guardians that she talks to, anybody who's willing to listen, who wants to come through. And she's the one that uses the rods. And she's asking all of these questions, and it was just so fascinating. And it actually, I think it was the same video that she was talking about this oracle deck that also has a book, which I actually forgot to grab the book, but it's titled the same thing as the oracle deck, that I couldn't help but get as well. It's called The Golden Future Oracle by Diana Cooper. And I love this deck so much. It was so beautiful. I'm watching Karen is her name, who does Ask the Spirit Guides. I'm watching her use this deck, and I was just so blown away by the imagery of this deck. And I can go ahead and show you. I'm not planning on using it in this video, but I am planning on using it in the videos I had talked about. And I've already used them and shuffled them, so they're not in order at all. Let's see if I can... Okay, as usual, you know, it's my webcam and it's blurry, but I'm hoping you can get at least some kind of detail. So like this one is card number 24, and it says, "Our beautiful planet, restore the natural world." We can go a little bit further. Let's see. We've got 23, nature, tune into the natural world. Which is kind of funny that these are the ones that I'm showing you, because I'm actually going to be talking about the California wildfires. We've got the 12 chakras, follow your ascension path, which this author of this deck and the book that's titled the same thing, The Golden Future, talks about 12 chakras. I've always known that there were 7. You had the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. But I believe it's actually in this book, in this guidebook for the deck. Thought it was towards the back. Okay, as you're talking about the cards. So maybe it's more towards the front. Oh, here we go. I know you probably won't be able to read it, but it's this little chart that shows the chakra, the name of the chakra, the color, and the archangel that actually goes with it. So I thought that was all pretty cool. So you have the Earth Star, base, sacral. Oh, and base I'm thinking would be the root chakra. Of course, sacral, which is what I already said. Navel, solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, the crown, and then 3 more above the crown with casual, soul star, and stellar gateway. This was really amazing, and I haven't gotten a chance to read through this guidebook yet, or the book that's titled the same thing, because I literally just got them in. But yeah, I'm just fascinated to learn more about this. This is so cool. And I know I'm kind of getting a little ahead of myself because I was talking about soul contracts and stuff, and I was just really excited to talk about this deck. But actually, I think that's kind of all I wanted to say about Trump anyway, was just, you know, something to think about. Think about as a soul contract, and that's something I'm going to be asking the Pendulum to see if maybe I get the same answers she did. But definitely give her a watch. Ask the spirit guides if you don't know her already, because she's amazing. And if you are somebody who likes to use tarot cards and oracle cards, definitely get this deck and the book that goes along with it, because it's amazing. I'm just mind blown by it. Another thing from this author, Diana Cooper, is she talks about the year 2032 and how that's going to be is it going to be like the start? Now I'm trying to think of now I'm trying to remember what that video said. Either a start of a new era, or right now we're actually a start of a new era leading up to 2032. That's actually going to be a better start for humanity as a whole. That things are going to be shifting and changing within these next few years, starting with this year. And you can actually see how we've gotten to this point within past years as well. And she talks about that too. I got a few other books from her that talk about 2032 as well. And again, I haven't read them yet because I just got them. But yeah, I'm going to definitely read those and let you know what I discover from them. If I feel like I need to make a video about it, I will. And I'll put the link down below where I got this stuff from. So let's go ahead and get back into the political stuff that's going to lead into the pendulum. So with these other readers and what I kind of wanted to talk about, what they're discovering, are things like happening behind the scenes that we can't really see in the public eye. And I'm not surprised that the public doesn't know, because I think what is trying to happen is people trying to find proof, people trying to gather enough proof to make this, I guess, not just legit, but also so that people understand, and that it doesn't seem like, this is the Democrats trying to steal away from the Republicans. Because again, we've got sides clashing. So yeah, we're seeing things happening behind the scenes. What is being discovered? Everybody that I've been watching has been saying that it was hacked. I've also been seeing that there were results of even 2016 being hacked, and that they tried it again in 2020. But we haven't been focused, or not we. Well, I'm part of the community, but I mean, like, they didn't focus on the too much 2016 and 2020 because that's in the past. What we care about is happening right now. But like, we've got all this stuff happening behind the scenes. This is all the stuff that the intuitive readers have been seeing. But, in the public eye, in the forefront here, what we're all seeing is like nothing is happening. Right? That's kind of what it feels like nothing is happening. It's just going through the usual motions like it usually does when a new president gets in. And technically he's not new, this would be his second term, but you know what I mean. So a lot of us are confused because we keep getting the same answers over and over again, that he will not be inaugurated and that Kamala will be president. But we're also seeing like, oh, hey, if he does get in, will he be staying in for a long time? But time and time again, it's just talking about Kamala being president. So we're going to be asking some of these questions with the pendulum today. And asking like, is stuff happening behind the scenes? Are things just being like masked too well, which is why it kind of feels like nobody's doing anything. They're just masking. So yeah, let's go ahead and get my board up. So we're going to ask some questions, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the prayer and then the meditation, and then we'll end the video, okay? There will also be timestamps down below in the description if you don't want to do this pendulum reading. That is perfectly fine. You just want to go ahead, skip to the prayer and the meditation. Oh my goodness. My poor pendulum was all tangled. Okay. Okay. Let me just take a moment to ground myself and gather up the energy. I apologize, like in my past videos, if I'm a little shaky. Let's actually go ahead and move this up a bit. me see how that looks on my camera. Okay, that looks okay. I'm okay with it. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm a little shaky. I did actually order a pendulum stand, so I don't have to hold the pendulum. Because of my shakiness, I'm actually worried, like, if some people are watching me doing this, and they think I might actually be trying to manipulate the answers, and I'm not. I'm really not. But yeah, I ordered a stand. I'm going to test that out, see how that works. Okay, we got a good swing here going. So if you have not been to my channel, or if you have been to my channel and you haven't seen me do a pendulum reading, my pendulum here is actually named Mia. And I just felt like that was needed to make my connection more personal with my pendulum. So I have already, before starting this video, asked my spirit team, my guides, the gods I worship, if they could come through and answer questions. And I did ask them to give me a yes if they want to say hi. So do you guys want to say hi to the people watching this video? Thank you. Hello. Thank you for coming and helping answer some questions. And just to let you guys know, I did ask them if they were okay doing a video on this and asking or answering these questions that I'm about to ask. I did not really organize them, just so you guys know. So I don't know if my questions are going to jump around at all. I just kind of like wrote things down as they came to me. So let's go ahead and start with the first question I have written here. Are intuitive readers receiving messages about Kamala Harris becoming president because they're picking up on a different timeline? No, that is mainly a swing on no. Okay, interesting. Okay, can we go back to a neutral swing, please? Thank you. So if no, are they picking up on the 2028 presidential election? No, that's like an immediate. Okay. All right, thank you for your answer. Please go back to neutral swing. Okay. So then, will Kamala Harris be the president of the United States in 2025? Yes. Okay. So I did, below that, also asked if it was 2026 she would be president in, just in case there was a no to them saying 2025. Will she, so let's go ahead and ask this then. If she's becoming president in 2025, will she serve a full term? Yes. Okay. Very interesting, right? All right. Please go back to a neutral swing. Okay, so if yes, will her becoming president be because Trump was found to have cheated. Yes. See? Okay. And this is the stuff that other readers have been getting. So please go back to a neutral swing. I'm going to go on to the next question I have written. Once my pendulum gets back to a regular rhythm, there we go. Okay, so is the Biden administration still working behind the scenes, so out of the public eye, to stop Trump from becoming inaugurated this month? No, they're not still working behind the scenes. Okay. I did write down, and that if this is a no, I'm going to rephrase the question. But let me shift, sorry. Let me go ahead and shift because my legs are actually kind of falling asleep from having to sit the way that I've been sitting. So let me get my pendulum back up to a spin. Get the energy flowing again. There we go. Okay. Had the answer been yes, I would have asked if they were just masking well. So let me actually say this. I'll just say, is the Biden administration masking well? No. Okay. Please go back to a neutral swing. So then I'm going to say, are the Democrats still working behind the scenes, so therefore out of the public eye, to stop Trump from being inaugurated this month? Okay. Yes. Very interesting. So there's still work happening behind the scenes, it seems. Can you please go back to a neutral swing? Does the administration have other plans of stopping Trump? No. Okay. Waiting for them to get it back. Okay. So with the Democrats working behind the scenes, are they still trying to gather proof? Okay. So if they're still trying to gather proof, that really does have me worried because we are running out of time, right? Inauguration is just in a few days. Okay, so this next question was something I had seen somebody say, that the Republican Party is using Trump because what a lot of people are picking up on, and maybe even in the public eye, I'm not sure, that Trump's health is not doing well. Okay. So not only are they taking advantage of him, that, to get what they want, It's also their plan to, if Trump becomes president, let's say, because of his health, not so sure how long he may last. And so, therefore, Vance would become president. It started swinging. Yes. Can you go to a neutral swing, please? I don't know if they know. They might know what I'm about to ask. Was you saying yes to what I was saying in regards to Trump's health? Yes. Okay. Neutral swing, please. I hate to ask this like this, but is Trump's health not going to... Is Trump's health going to weigh on him where he may not have much more time on this earth? Okay, so that's why they were saying yes. Please go back to a neutral swing. Is the Republican Party using Trump because of his health? Yes. Which is really sad. That's really sad. You know, as much as a lot of people, including myself, I admit that, do not support him. That's actually really sad to be using somebody like that when they are not in good health. Yes. Yeah. Even my team agrees. Okay. Please go back to a neutral swing. Thank you. So then, the Republican Party using Trump for their own gain, is it to also make Vance president? Yes. Okay, so neutral swing, please. Does the Republican Party have something to gain if Vance is president? Yes. Okay. Okay, so that's kind of what I actually had written down. Not all of that, but I did answer one of the questions in regards to that. So, I mean, I'll ask this question that I have written down, even though I'm pretty sure I had already asked this, but is Trump just a pawn for the Republican Party? Yeah. And that was a pretty quick yes. Okay. Sorry if you hear my kitties. They're kind of hyper right now. Okay. So now let's go ahead. Hold on, actually, let me stop the pendulum for a moment so I can scroll up to my other questions. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and let... It's a bit shaky. And we'll let my pendulum gain momentum again. Okay. So we're going to be getting into questions about Trump's soul contract. Since, like I had said, I found that video so fascinating. So is Trump following his soul contract? Yes. Okay, please go back to a neutral swing. Okay. Was it in his soul contract to be elected president in 2016? Yes. Please go back to a neutral swing. Was it in his soul contract to be elected president in 2024? Yes. Okay. So then let's just go ahead and ask this other question. Was it in his soul contract to not be elected in 2020? Yes. Okay. And neutral swing, there we go. Sometimes I don't even have to ask, they already do it. So then, is it in his soul contract to be president in 2025? No. Okay. All right. So then, moving on to the next question. Go to a neutral swing. Awesome. Thank you, guys. So then, if no, is it in Vance's soul contract to be president in 2025? Oh, we actually got a maybe. Because I think that's swinging, yeah. From my angle, that's swinging more towards maybe. Interesting. Wonder why it's a maybe. Can you go back to a neutral swing? Thank you. Let me actually stop the pendulum for a moment so I can kind of sit up straight, take a little bit of a break from sitting forward like that for so long. A maybe on Vance. That's interesting. So now, Okay. Let me think on that a little bit more, but I'm going to go ahead and ask the next question I have about soul contracts. Is it in Kamala? Oh my goodness, my cat. Is it in Kamala Harris's soul contract to be president in 2025? Yes. Okay, so that was a yes for Kamala. That's so interesting. So, is the answer for Vance being a maybe being the president for 2025 because Trump is going to be inaugurated? Okay. So he is going to be inaugurated. Can we go back to a neutral swing? Thank you. So will the information about Trump cheating come out after his inauguration? Yes. Okay. So then, if that comes out, is that a maybe on Vance becoming president for some time? Yes. Okay. Is that then, if that happens, Kamala would be president after that? After Vance? Okay. This is going to be an interesting year. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. So this is going to be an interesting year if that all plays out like that. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the next bit of questions. With Trump becoming president, is this meant to expose the government's negative energy? Yes. Okay. And when I say negative energy, I mean the problems in both political parties. So, is it meant to reveal the negativity in both political parties? Yes. Okay. Neutral swing, please. There we go. Is it also meant to expose the government's negative energy in other governments around the world? Yes. Okay. So then neutral swing. Thank you. So then, since we got a yes, will this help bring people together positively? Yes. As a big question now, after that. Is this a test on humanity? Trying to feel like rephrase. Okay. Okay, I'm going to rephrase that then. Please go back to a neutral swing. Thank you. Let's see, how should I rephrase this? With Trump becoming president, and with the questions just asked about negative energy and governments, not just in the US, but around the world, and that bringing us together positively, is this to test our humanity? Okay, it's not really wanting to answer. I think it's still confused. I think they're still confused in what I'm trying to ask. Let me see. Let me try and think of how I want to word that. Maybe was the 2024 US election, with Trump winning, meant to be a test on humanity, on how we treat this issue? It's still a rephrase. My gosh, I'm not answering it, or I'm not asking it right. So I guess when I'm trying to ask these questions, or I'm trying to ask this question, it's meant to be like, testing us if we'll do the right thing. Yes. Okay, there we go. So testing us if we'll do the right thing. Please go back to a neutral swing. Will there be consequences if we don't do the right thing? Maybe. Also, maybe a little bit of a rephrase. Will there be consequences to us as a humanity, like us as humans, spiritually? No. Okay. That's a big swing on now. Okay. So I think that's kind of what I was trying to say. Maybe instead of saying humanity, I'm going to say spiritually. So is this a test on us spiritually? Okay, yes, but we're not going to have consequences of it spiritually. And that's kind of what I was getting from these 2032 I guess predictions. What Ask the Spirit Guides, Karen on Ask the Spirit Guides was saying. So if we don't do the right thing, will it just slow our progress on this earth spiritually? Yes. Okay. Yeah. So then let's go ahead and lead into the next question. It's kind of leading into still some spiritual talk. So then, are we so far on the right track to positivity? Okay, great. We are on the right track. All right. It may not feel like it, okay, on, on our like physical plane here, but we are on the right track. So neutral swing, please. So in my next question, I do use the word ascend. Would you guys consider ascend and enlightenment the same thing? Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I want to know that I'm actually wording it correctly. So please go back to a neutral swing. Thank you. So then, with what I've been hearing about the year 2032, will we as a whole, and when I say as a whole, I mean like the whole world, ascend in that year? Yes. And that's something that I've been hearing a lot starting in 2032. Us as a whole are going to be connected, not just positively with each other, like togetherness, but also spiritually. And that I think it's the year 2050. It's going to be even stronger. I think that's what I was getting. So let's go ahead and ask that. So we'll go back to neutral. Thank you. Already doing it. So then in 2050, would we ascend even higher? Yes. All right. Please go back to a neutral swing. So the positivity in 2032 is safe to say that it will put humanity in a better place. Yes. Okay. This next question was also something in that video from Ask the Spirit Guides about people who are here now, living on this earth right now, are experiencing a unique time spiritually. So is that true? Yes. Please go back to a neutral swing. Hello, Sora. I apologize if you hear him just now jump. Hold on. Sorry, I had to cut there and get my pendulum back up and swinging because my cat was about to jump over my camera. And I have fire, and I don't want him to do that. So, going back to the unique time question, is this unique time specifically the ascension? Yes. Big swing on yes. Look how big that is. Okay. And then this next question is another thing that I heard in that video with Ask Spirit Guides. Are we brave? Are we considered brave souls to take on such a role, to be here during this time already? Swinging big on yes. Okay. So that's actually all the questions that I have written down. Thank you so much, my spirit team, for coming in and answering these questions. That means so much. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking I'm going to go ahead and link that video down below in the description. And just so you guys know, I'm only a subscriber to her. I only watch her videos. I am in no way, shape, or form like sponsoring her or anything like that. If people can sponsor each other on YouTube, I don't even know if that's a thing, but like we don't even know each other. I've just like left a few comments on my other YouTube account. That's my more personal YouTube account that I've had since like I very first started using YouTube. And yeah, that I just watch her videos. I don't talk to her. I've left comments, but I don't talk to her. I don't know her at all. She doesn't know me. So go ahead, watch that video. Definitely listen to what she has to say because it's crazy. And the answers that we had gotten just now from my questions, because I try to ask some questions at least similar to hers. I couldn't remember all of the questions that she had asked, nor could I say like I for sure said the questions in the same way she did. I was just asking them in the way that I felt comfortable asking. But regardless, we got the same answers. We literally got the same answers. So, yeah. Some crazy stuff, guys. Okay, so now that we're done with the pendulum, we're going to go ahead and get into the prayer, and then once we're done with the prayer, we'll get into the meditation. So I actually don't have a prayer written down like I usually do. I've had my book pop up in my last two Let's Talk videos. I'm gonna put that right here. And yeah, the last two videos I had actually like written down a prayer, but the intention that I have for this prayer didn't really feel like it needed to like solely come from me, because those other two videos, what I had done was actually put in the description what I was saying, you know, specifically what that prayer was, and that you guys go ahead and take that prayer and you can add or take away anything that you wanted from it. But I feel like this time around, the prayer needs to be unique from you. Okay. I, like my other videos, the other Let's Talk videos, did still write down sigils. Okay. I will go ahead and like screenshot these and put them up on the screen when I go ahead and speak what each sigil is saying here in my book. Please know that this time around my sigils did not turn out great. At least not what I thought they would, except for I have protection on here twice for the 2 different prayers that I'm going to be specifying. That sigil I've used before, so I kind of already knew what to make there, but these other ones I was just kind of like, yeah, that looks good, I guess. You know, I winged it. But yeah, I'll still screenshot them and I'll put them up on the screen, and you can go ahead and use the sigils if you want, if that is what you're into. If not, that's perfectly okay. You don't have to use these at all. Okay. But my intention and what I felt like needed to be done for this video with the prayer, for you guys to do it in a unique way, is I'm just going to state what these sigils are, and you go ahead and just sit quietly to yourself. You can even go ahead and you can speak actually out loud, you can whisper it, you can say it internally, it doesn't matter. Just whoever it is that you want to pray to, that is what I feel like the focus needs to be on. Not necessarily the prayer itself that I would have written in my book. It needs to come from you. And so you go ahead, include what I have written, or you can take away, you don't have to. You could add things. And my first prayer is mainly for the collective of 2025. Okay, my first prayer is for this year. And so what I have written down here for my sigils for the year 2025 as a whole, as a collective, as the whole world, okay, not just where I'm living, not just where you're living, the whole world, the entire year of 2025, because my God, things have been nuts, right? So things to include, or that I've included, and that you can also include as well if you'd like to, is peace, truth, togetherness, protection, and harmony for the year 2025. Okay? And then my next prayer is more so focusing on California, the wildfires in California right now. And my main focus for this prayer is not just on human life, but on animal life as well. I saw this Humane Society post what was going on. It had some of the animals that they were treating, and it just broke my heart, and I literally cried, and I immediately donated what I could. I don't have a whole lot financially, but I donated what I could to save these babies, to save these little animals, because, you know, nature, especially some wild animals that they're helping too, that's their home. That's all they know. And where are they gonna go? What are they gonna do? They're just these innocent animals, these innocent creatures who don't know what's happening other than there's danger, and they're trying to make it out alive. So our job as humans is to treat them respectfully, protect them, heal them, and therefore also heal ourselves, be there for each other, have togetherness for each other. I didn't put togetherness in here. I think I should have, actually, under January 2025. Let me go ahead and add that really quick. Okay, there we go. So now it's in there. Yeah, it just, once again, just another, I don't know if I should say reminder or what. I'm also tired, but just another way that we need, as humans, with our humanity, come together, support each other, save each other, be there for each other, love each other, protect each other. Because without each other, how else are we going to get through it? So, for California, against these wildfires, for human life and animal life, I have put down healing, rain to wash away the fires, protection, strength, and togetherness. Now, as I'm filming this, there's been a lot of damage, and of course, some lives that have already been taken, but, which, please protect those brave souls, those innocent souls. And at least for me, I know where my prayers are going to. I know who I pray to. You pray who you need to. But I know as of right now, as I'm filming this, that for the most part, the fires are under control, but they're still there. Okay? They're still there. There's still work that needs to be done. We still have all those brave firefighters fighting to save people, to save lives. So, like, the way I see it, if the fire is still there, things can still happen. I think we've seen that in the past whenever there's been wildfires over there. Just never this devastating. But regardless of how in control it is now, as I'm filming this still helps. I still want this to help. They need all the help that they can get. And I find it amazing that I'm looking at all of these intuitive readers, all of these people in like these witchy groups that I follow on Facebook, coming together and saying, let's pray. Because that's all that we can do right now. We don't, unless you have the knowledge of how to put these fires out, and you know how to be safe and how to keep others safe. What can we do other than pray? Other than try and be there for each other, to support each other spiritually, emotionally. And after I'm seeing all of this from people from all over, not just here in the US, just all over the world, from different cultures, and saying, hey, in my culture, this is how we pray. Or in my culture, this is how I do worship. This is how I do witchy stuff. And this is how I do things in my culture for good luck or something like that. I even saw Native Americans saying, everybody, let's go ahead and do the rain dance for California. And after I started seeing all of this, the next day, literally the next day, a lot of the fires were already under control. They were under control. And so to me, it really feels like this coming together spiritually has helped them. And so let's just keep it going. Let's keep it going, okay? So please pray for California, and please pray for 2025, for us as a whole, for the world. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and sit here for quite some time, and you go ahead and pray to whoever it is that you want to pray. We can also go ahead and meditate. If you're done with your prayer, we're going to go ahead and have some room in silence to meditate, like we've done in my past videos. And then I will come back in and speak. If you need more time, definitely go back to the timestamp when the meditation started, or you can go ahead and continue your own meditation after the video. So let's go ahead and have a moment of silence right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and end this here. Like I said, if you need more time and like to jump back to when the meditation started, then please go ahead and do so. Or you can go ahead and continue your meditation on your own, using your own things that you do if you meditate. So I'm going to go ahead and put my book away. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope maybe you found the pendulum interesting. I know I did with some of those questions and answers. And yeah, I'll have more videos coming out soon after this, once I get them filmed and edited. And I hope you find those interesting too. Hope you guys come back, give that a watch if you feel called to do so. I hope you have a good rest of your month of January. I hope 2025 is your best year. And I hope all your troubles are healed and left in the past. Let us all move forward to a brighter future. So thank you so much for coming by. Thank you for watching this video. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.